What's up, guys? Jags Nation here to bring you another video. In today's video, it's going to be the Week 9 game preview for the Houston Texans at Jacksonville Jaguars. Even though it's technically at Jacksonville, the game is being played in London at Wembley Stadium. And man, this is a big game for both teams, especially for the Jaguars. Because if we win this game, we go to 5-4. The Texans will go to 5-4, but they'll be 1-2 in the division. We'll be 2-1. And after tomorrow's games, if we win, if the season would end tomorrow night, Sunday night, let's say, we would be the 6th seed in the wild card for the playoffs. So this is a big game. I think it's a must-win because you don't want to be 1-2 in division and already you've lost twice to the Texans, and they already have that advantage on you right there. And I think we have a huge advantage. I shouldn't say huge advantage, but I think it's a pretty good advantage knowing that we played there since 2013. Doug Marone's been to London since 2016 as a coach, when he was assistant coach in 16, and obviously head coach in 17, 18, and now. He knows how to get things done. The coaching staff knows how to get things done. They know how to prepare the players. And most of the players that, obviously who've been with us for the past few years, they know how it works, how the system goes, what type of cleats to wear, and other procedures they do to get prepared for the game. And because you ask other players, even coaches, it's a tough trip to make. You look at the Ravens in 2017, we won 44-7. Players and coaches were complaining because of the travel schedule and just their bodies weren't used to it. So I think us playing there for so many years is definitely a big advantage, and hopefully, obviously we take advantage of those situations. We are currently 3-3 in London, I believe. Yeah, we've won the last 3 out of the 4. Unfortunately, we lost last year, but hopefully we moved to 4-3 in London and also 5-4 in the season. So first things first, let's go through the injury report. The Texans, man, they're banged up from head to toe. You obviously got J.J. Watt, who's out for the season. You got Will Fuller, who's still out, and then you got Laremy Tunsil, who's questionable, and their other, I believe the rookie offensive lineman Howard's questionable. So if both of those can't go, that's another huge plus for the Jaguars. I expect at least Laremy Tunsil to give it a go. I think Howard may sit. We'll see. And then you look at their secondary, man. Their secondary is banged up. You got rookie Lonnie Johnson is out. Bradley Roby, the former Jaguar safety, Tashawn Gibson. Those 3 didn't make the trip. And that means they got Jonathan Joseph still. You got the Gary Conley, who they traded from the Raiders last week before their game against the Raiders. So, and then also you have Reed, who I think is a pretty good safety. But yeah, their safety, not safety, but their defensive back, their secondary is definitely thin, and I think the Jags need to take advantage of it. Especially, besides Reed, I really don't think they have another big playmaker on the secondary. So hopefully a big passing game for Minshew, and then also fantasy owners out there, if you have DJ Chark or Chris Conley in their team, I think they're must starts. I think they're both going to have really big games and both have a chance to have over 100 yards and a touchdown. Then also you have Deshaun Watson, who got a cleat sort of in his eye last week. His eye's kind of swollen or a little banged up on his eye, but I think he'll be fine. I think he's going to be wearing a visor during the game, so we'll see what happens there. For the Jags injury report, we're pretty much clean for the most part. You got Quincy Williams, who's out for the 2nd straight week, and Leon Jacobs, who's out for the 2nd straight week. I think our linebacker corps, they did pretty good last week. You still have Miles Jack. You got Najee Good, who's coming back. You still got Malcolm Smith, who you signed a few weeks ago. So yeah, I think we'll be fine in the linebacker position. And then you look at D.D. Westbrook and DJ Chark. They're both questionable with the same injury, neck and shoulder. And I really hope DJ Hayden plays. I would like both to play, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick DJ Hayden because the dude's been playing amazing this year. He's great in the covering the slot, the nickel position. He's great at blitzes. He's already have a 4th fumble this year. He has no interceptions, but he's been knocking balls away. He's been covering really well. Now he's been one of the better secondary players we've had this season. And if D.D. Westbrook can play also, that would be ideal. But like I said, I'd rather have if I had to pick one of them, then obviously I'd pick Hayden over Westbrook because I think Cole can fill in for Westbrook just fine. But yeah, the big game. This is a big game, and not only is this a big game, but this is such a crucial time because it's right before the bye, and if we win this, go to 5-4 in the bye, it gives the players that extra week to get healthy and get prepared for the playoff push in November and December, and that's what you want. We're 5-4. We got the 2 more division games. Well, technically 3, but 2 in a row. We still got the Colts and Titans right after the bye. So we have a chance to really run the table. It's not saying we're going to win every game, but the schedule's pretty favorable for the most part, and it starts with this London game. It's a must-win, I think. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm excited. I actually kind of like waking up early, waking up at like 8 a.m., realizing in about an hour I have the game to watch. Unfortunately, as a season ticket holder, I would like the game to be played here in Jacksonville, but since it's not, I'm cool with waking up early to be able to watch the game. That way, then I can watch the other games later on. Let's see here. Some keys for the offense. I think that you need to establish the pass really early, take the deep shots, just test their secondary out because, like I said, they're thin, they're banged up. Test their secondary out, and that way, I think then if you can start passing the ball really well early and converting, third and shorts, that's when Leonard Fournette can come in handy to open up the running game. Even though Leonard Fournette has had a great season, I think he's at like 760 or 780 yards rushing, and he's already had over 1,000 all-purpose yards this season. So he's having a Pro Bowl, All-Pro season, and hopefully that continues. But yeah, take advantage of their secondary, get Leonard Fournette going, and then just don't turn the ball over. And I think this is a big prove-it game for Gardner Minshew. I shouldn't say prove-it game. I should say more of a prove-it. I guess we can say prove-it game because he's trying to prove to the Jags coaching staff and the front office that he's the guy they should go with going forward. As much as I like Nick Foles as a guy, Super Bowl MVP, he's clutch towards the end of the season. You see what he's done for the Eagles. The fans love him. But I think you have something special in Gardner, and if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's simple as that. And if he's winning you games, he's playing good, then keep him in there. Obviously, the fans like him, the players like him, the coaches like him. So why change something if it's not if it's working? So yeah, definitely like a prove-it game for Gardner. He needs to go out there and ball out, get the win, and I think that's what's basically gonna solidify his spot as a starting quarterback for the remainder of the season. I feel like that's just Jags' luck that you sign a $88 million quarterback. And you find your hopefully our franchise guy in the 6th round. That's just how funny things, how stuff happens. And then for the defense, get to Watson. Their offensive line's kind of banged up. Watson's a little banged up. I don't know how the eye is going to affect him or not. But yeah, get to Watson, create pressure, but make sure he doesn't extend plays because he's very good at that. I mean, sometimes you think he's down, but then all of a sudden he's up and he's throwing the ball to DeAndre Hopkins or the tight end Will Fuller or Kenny Stills. Just anyone, and I just think you need to control Watson as best as you can. He's gonna make plays. The dude's a baller. He's a MVP candidate this year. He's playing at All-Pro level, arguably a top 5 quarterback right now in the league. So definitely control him. And then the big test is DeAndre Hopkins versus AJ Boye. AJ Boye's gonna be shadowing him. I'm excited for that. AJ Boye has a chance to prove why. He's still a top 10 corner in this league, and he was kind of overshadowed by people. Just when Ramsey was here, they didn't really worry about Boye. They just worried about Ramsey. Now it's a chance to prove that hey, you got to worry about Boye over there. And I'm enjoying this Boye and Herndon corner group, especially the past few weeks. Even though Herndon's been getting picked on a little bit, he's had a good game last week, and Boye's I thought played a pretty good season so far. Besides that Week 1 game, but the whole defense didn't play good Week 1. But yeah, that's definitely going to be an interesting battle for the defense. You get turnovers. We're 4-0 when we create turnovers. Hopefully, we get some more interceptions, some forced fumbles, fumble recoveries, and hopefully some defensive touchdowns. Just take the ball away, give Gardner a short field, let him go down only 20, 30 yards to score a touchdown. And then the other one is, I guess, more for the offense of the red zone. Is the red zone offense. We've been kind of struggling recently with that. We've been kicking a bunch of field goals, which is fine and all, but when you're playing good teams like, the Saints or the Texans or the Panthers, I guess you can say Panthers, pretty good team, field goals won't do it. You need touchdowns, and like I said, you can beat the Bengals, Jets with field goals, but you can't beat these good teams with field goals. You need to be able to score in the red zone. That's something we struggled in. Hopefully we can get our rookie Josh Oliver get going in the red zone because I think he can be that big red zone target that we're looking for. And just improve the red zone. Instead of field goals, get touchdowns. I think that's basically it. I'm excited for this game. This is a big game. I think most Jags fans are excited about this game because of the chance to go to 5-4, above 500, and in November when you're above 500, that's crucial time for playoff push, either for the division title or the AFC wildcard race. And if we win this game, we're basically in the hunt for both. So yeah, I'm excited, like I said, and hopefully we go to 5-4 on the year, and hopefully we beat the Texans. So yeah, go Jags. And after the game, I'll hopefully to have a game recap. We'll see. It might be a few days. I know I've been lacking on videos recently, but promise I'm going to get back to doing my game recap videos. But until then, go Jags. Bring home this win. Go to 5-4, and enjoy the bye week next week. Later.